Ryan, this is so working for me. I think this is delightful. I absolutely love those little bits of lemon because you've sweetened them, so it's not too sharp. Monica says too much would have spoilt it. She's probably absolutely right. I wouldn't mind a few more dots because I loved it. Chefs, you're halfway.
"34-year-old Charith has won praise with bold dishes celebrating the flavours of his Sri Lankan homeland.
I think I have a different way of seeing Sri Lankan food, and I'm trying to bring that Sri Lankan food into different levels.
Charith, what's your food memory, please, chef?
When I started my career, I didn't have much experience in other cuisine. Then I had the opportunity to work with some Italian chefs. I used to help them with the prep, and then they made one risotto, so it quite wowed me.
That amazes me. I would have guaranteed you were going to give me a story from Sri Lanka.
Yes, of course.
Charith's making a risotto, but he's using red rice from Sri Lanka. Charith is marinating sea bass in lime and chilli before he pan-fries it. The lime juice will start to cure the fish, so he needs to be very careful that he doesn't have it on the fish for too long.
This is Sri Lankan herb, so it's called gotukala. A bit similar to rocket, but it's not that strong. I'm gonna make a pesto out of it.
Fabulous.
He's also got a sauce veg, works beautifully with seafood. He's adding bitter melon and Maldive dried fish through it. This sounds really interesting. I've not had a sauce veg with these ingredients. Can't wait to see how it balances out.
We have an Italian-Sri Lankan fusion.
Yeah, that's true.
As far as I can see, that style may be unique.
Yes.
You have 20 minutes left.
30-year-old sous chef Matt has earned a place in the semi-finals by producing dishes showcasing his love of foraging.
I definitely didn't enjoy the start of the competition, but I feel like I'm slowly finding my feet. I need to focus on my dish for now. If I'm happy with that and it goes up the way I want it to, hopefully that's enough to get me to the top 4.
Matt, what's the memory that's inspired this dish?
It's more of the ingredients. I didn't grow up eating foie gras and lobsters and this sort of thing. So this really comes from my first exposure into real kitchens. For me, one of the main things was set mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I go out hunting for these mushrooms when they're in season. Another thing is lobster. I still remember the first lobster ravioli I ever tasted. So
a dish inspired by you first tasting 2 fabulous ingredients, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So I'm doing lobster cooked in brown butter. There I've got a Millalot sweet and sour glaze for the lobster.
What's a Millalot?
It's a wild herb. You get it in sort of meadows, and it's almost similar to vanilla. And then the take on a thermidor, but I didn't want to cook the lobster thermidor, so I'm going to do the potato skin thermidor. I'm going to use the claw meat through the potato mix. I'm going to have a little bit of mustard in there. Basically, I want the dish to be about lobster and about Seth.
Matt, this dish is exciting. It's intriguing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Matt's dish has been inspired by when he first ate lobster. This dish is a lobster tail, which has been poached in brown butter. But if the temperature of the poaching butter is too hot, it will become rubbery.
Normally, a thermidor is where the tail goes back into the shell. He's using a baked potato, egg yolk, English mustard, and he's going to put some Gruyere cheese on top and then just glaze that with a blowtorch.
When you go in, the egg yolk comes out and just that little bit of theatre.
Lobster bisque finished with sep sounds delicious. These are 2 magical ingredients, and I'm sure they'll work together beautifully.
5 minutes left. Last 5 minutes.
Fish is almost finished colouring, and I'm ready to plate.
Just a bit worried about the rice. Just a little bit slightly overcook it.
You have a minute. Just 60 seconds.
This is the tweel. It's not coming off. I'm just going to try and salvage some.
That's it. Time's up. Stop.
Oh, how'd you guys find that? Time went quite fast there.
You happy?
50-50.
It's tough.
Ryan has made pan-fried monkfish tail, cocoa bean puree, cocoa beans, basil oil, lemon puree, and crispy capers, served with a salsa verde and finished with basil leaves.
My fish is beautifully cooked. You've seared it just on one side, really enjoying the cocoa bean puree underneath. And I like that you also kept some whole on here. Otherwise, it would just be no texture. And also, there's small hints of lemon, so there's a little surprise here and there. It's a good balance. I think too much of that could overpower this plate.
Ryan, this is so working for me. I think this is delightful. I absolutely love those little bits of lemon because you've sweetened them, so it's not too sharp. Monica says too much would have spoilt it. She's probably absolutely right. I wouldn't mind a few more dots because I loved it.
The capers in the salsa verde are really making this fish sing and dance. It absolutely ticks all the boxes. It really is beautiful.
Thank you. Great comments across all three judges. I don't think I could have asked for much more, really.
Well done, mate. Smashed it.
Cheers, guys. I'm proud of what I did today.